is out there. So I thought that perhaps we could all just snuggle up to the fire. So grab something hot, a strong cuppa, or perhaps a traditional glass of mead. Wrap yourself in your thickest, cosiest blanket. And as we enter into the dark time, if the future seems bleak and uncertain, then perhaps there's comfort and shelter and wisdom by looking back to the past. For, after all, we've survived it, haven't we? Halloween, or Samhain, to give it its ancient Celtic name, marks the end of the harvest and therefore the beginning of the Celtic New Year. It's a welcome rest after the toil of gathering in the last of the crops before they're blighted by the autumn rains. This is a time when the veil between the worlds is thin, and our ancestors and our loved ones and the spirits of those who have gone before walk amongst us and sit with us and commune with us. We're now entering the dark time as the greens and golds and oranges and reds fade to brown and eventually wither to black as life retreats and shrinks back underground. Yet along with the spirits of the dead, the Thursdays, the elemental forces of ice and snow set forth to bring the storms that rage outside as we return shivering to the warmth and comfort of our homes and our hearths. We snuggle down into the soft hug of blankets, carve jack-o'-lanterns, shoot fireworks, pull our chairs ever closer to the log burner, trying to distract ourselves from the forces that rage outside our windows. Yet fear, willful and tenacious, slips under the door, creeps into the corners of the window frames to slither its icy fingers down our spine, to send its cold caress that sinks deep and damp into our bones. Yet chaos approaches. Odin's wild hunt clatters by, riding the weather, threatening war and catastrophe and hardship and devastation. The hooves of Sleipnir, his 8-legged steed, skimming the rooftops, ferocious and unfettered as the chase flies by on the wind, thundering into the distance. In the times when we lived according to the seasons and the tides of the year, unadulterated by electric light and the technological age, this would have been a time of renewal and reconnection. We shared stories at our hearths, sacred stories, tapestries woven by 1,000 tongues and passed down through the generations. The stories of our ancestors tell tales of great civilizations past, distant in time. They bring us hope. They thaw our frozen blood. Through fire and flood, poison and plague, war and famine, meteor hits and solar flares, life clings on. We are reminded that all things pass to make way for new arisings, like the little snowdrops that gingerly peep up through the snow. Life refuses to be thwarted. Couples come together, even in their grief, and make new heartbeats. And these children find play in wastelands and bomb sites. The stories of the human race carries on the lips of those who come after. We will tell them how we suffered, how we hurt, how our hearts broke, how we found courage, how we hoped and became victorious, how we were inspired and built and created, and how we healed and forgave and rescued, and how we loved. Oh, how we loved. And we will share what we have and hold on to each other through the darkest of winters, because we know deep down in our souls that the sun will rise and a new day will dawn. Pray to your God that you will be amongst those that are there to witness its glory as its divine rays obliterate the darkness. Blessings to you all, and always make time for tea. See you next week. Well, that's it for another week, my wise ones. And on the subject of stories, you know how much I love to hear from you. So please contact me, talkingtealeaves99@gmail.com. And of course, please subscribe. And thank you so much for your support. Keep warm, keep positive. Know we're all together in this. And I'll see you next week.